like the narrative that was used against our Vietnam returning soldiers. They're eviscerating honorable people doing noble things, standing on the wall between good and evil for you and me. And if these people want to change things, Capitol Hill's down the street. It's an honor to be here, especially standing with our brothers and sisters in immigration enforcement, along with my fellow sheriffs. And let me just be clear about this, is that the narrative of trying to go after ICE and immigrations is very much like the narrative that was used against our Vietnam returning soldiers. They're eviscerating honorable people doing noble things, standing on the wall between good and evil for you and me. And if these people want to change things, Capitol Hill's down the street. And that's where they're changed at. They're not the policymakers. And people often get confused with that. But drilling down just a little bit, in Tarrant County, Texas, it's the 15th largest county in the nation, this morning we had 4,200 inmates. Out of that, 7% were illegal aliens, and they were being held for such offenses as murder, sexual assault of children. There was about 70 of them. And there were robbers in there and kidnappers and people who committed arson and people who were DWI. And out of that, you think about that, if we return them with this radical ruling out of California where you have a federal judge making law for the nation or attempting to, it will put our communities in jeopardy. Of those people that we have in custody, we know for a fact that 72% of them are repeat offenders. So if we have to turn them loose or they get released, they're coming back to your neighborhood and my neighborhood. These drunks will run over your children and they will run over my children. And if that happens, I know that you will want, and certainly I would want for you, the full force of the law. And immigration is part of that full force. These people have come into the country illegally. And I understand that many of these migrants come across that river down there in Texas looking for a better day, for something better for their family. And I don't think anybody disagrees with that. But the problem is the very people that they were fleeing, who preyed upon them, came with them. And that's who we're trying to initially eliminate out of our country. In Tarrant County, you have to commit a Class B misdemeanor or higher to even have your immigration status challenged in our jail. But it's in our jail that happens at. They've already committed another offense to get there. And but with victims, and there's plenty of them, and the people that we have in jail are here illegally in the first place. Then they commit an offense against one of our citizens, and often some people from their own community. For instance, aggravated sexual assault on children are not children who are legally here. They're their children that are here illegally. And fortunately, those people are crying out, and we're taking care of them and treating them as victims. We work with ICE on those things, and they're not deported. We don't even ask them their immigration status. We make sure that we can prosecute these people to the full extent of the law. And once again, that full extent includes their immigration status. And as in Texas, as the director said, we take an oath of office down there. It says we will defend the Constitution. We will uphold the federal laws. And anything less than that, such as the Attorney General of New Jersey, I think he forsakes his oath. Thank you.